everyone, what is up? I am so glad to see you guys. I really miss y'all. I know you guys missed me last week, but it's okay because we are here for this week's video. And yo, for those who are new to my channel, first of all, my name is Tia Joy. Welcome. And to all of y'all who are part of the fam, what is up? If you are new, welcome. I am so glad you are here because today's video is going to be so much fun. And I know it's a little bit different. It's like,
T, what are you doing?
because normally you do this reviews and why are you talking about this? It's okay. This is only going to happen like maybe once. This is not going to happen a lot, so please don't get used to this. But I just felt the need to really talk about the Selena movie versus the Selena series. And without further ado, we're about to get straight into it. Now, I was like many of you, I was like, Selena series. Really? Are we really going to talk about Selena? I mean, when I first saw the trailer for it, I'm like,
okay, why are they making another movie about something that we already seen and know about?
like, what is up with all these remakes? What is up with all this extra stuff? Like, can we just get something new? And on top of that, I was just like many of y'all who felt a little bit disrespected because it's like, okay, we already know there's a Selena movie out. Jennifer Lopez did such an amazing job. The whole cast, everybody. Why are we doing a series? Like, come on. But I believe it was my brother, and he the one that convinced me to actually watch it. Because first I was like, I'm not about to watch it. It's disrespect to J-Lo and all the hard work she did of playing Selena. Now we got another person playing it, and I don't know why. Like, this is nah. But he convinced me to watch it, and I was like, okay. He told me that the difference between Selena and the series is the fact that with the series, it pretty much go a little bit more detail versus the movie, it's pretty much a summary. So I was like, okay, and I don't trust my family's judgment period, because if you've seen my video about the family series and I had my family were talking about their favorite movies, like, I trust my family on their judgment more than anything else because we are movie nerds, and one thing we know is movies, and we watch it faithfully all the time, series, whatever it is. And so I trusted his judgment. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch it and see how this thing goes. Another reason why I felt comfortable actually watching the series, where I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and watch it, is because I saw that Suzette, Quintanilla, and also Abraham, they were involved in the series. And so for me, unless the family is okay and they're involved in it, I am not gonna watch any biopics of any sort unless they're involved, period.
Unlike Aaliyah, which I am not going to get into.
Because they had no rights at all. I'm like, oh heck no, that messed everything up. I'm not saying the people in it were horrible. I'm just saying that I don't feel comfortable watching any type of biopic movie unless I know that there is some involvement of the family and it's okay. And so that's just me. Like, watching Straight Outta Compton, I was good. New Edition, Bobby Brown, even though I think, in my opinion, it's kind of sucky to talk about. Not saying about his life, because it's good to know about him, but the whole Whitney Houston thing, is like, knowing that she wasn't really here to defend herself, I kind of don't like that. The Whitney Houston was okay. I think I saw it like once, and then that was it. And who else? The Jackson 5, most definitely I'm good with. Who is it? The Temptations, the 5 Heartbeats, TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool. I was cool watching that. It's just some movies that it's like, unless they're like some type of involvement, cool. But if there's no involvement, I don't want to see it. The Clark Sisters, that was a great one. So there's a lot of good ones out there. So that I'm like, okay, you know, as long as they're involved, praise Jesus. If not, I'm not watching it. So by seeing that the family was involved in this one, in the series, because I know they were definitely involved in the movie, especially since they helped with J-Lo and like gave her some personal tours around Selena's stuff, and they really was comfortable with her. I was good, and knowing that they were also involved in the series, I was good too. So that gave me a go. But I came to find out I actually really liked it. I thought it was really good, and it's actually true. The movie Selena is really like a summary of her life, and then you have the series that goes a little bit more in detail. Now, Everybody knows the original person who played Selena was Jennifer Lopez, and she did a great job playing her. And for the TV show, and I know a lot of people disagreed about what was her name, Christian Serratos. She played the Selena for the series, and I can't, in my opinion, I'm not really gonna tell you who played Selena better. I know some of y'all will say, well, J-Lo killed it, and I don't know why Christian was able to play it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But the reason why I'm saying that I can't really pick of who played Selena better is because I don't know Selena. You know, I wasn't around Selena. I didn't get to know her personally. So I can't really say who played her character best because I don't know her. The only people that know her is her family and her friends, and they're the one that knows her personality. They're the ones that know her character and how she was, and I don't know that. But according to watching both people who played Selena, it seems like to me Selena was this fun person, very bubbly. She had some serious dreams and goals of being a crossover artist, and she wanted to start a boutique. And not only that, you know, in the series I found out that she wanted a salon as well, and she wanted both in the same building. And so it just seemed like she was a great person, and she loved pizza and she didn't really have a diet. She loved fashion, and she loved her husband Chris. So that's all I know as far as her, based off of how they were playing her. So that's why I can't say who played better, because they both, based off of both of them, they both did a great job of portraying her. And the only people that will really know specifically is her family and her friends and the people that knew her personally. So that's all I got to say about that. Y'all can pick your own judgment, do whatever you want to. All I know is the fact that boing, blank, boom. Alright, so I'm about to get into a couple of things that I liked about the series and the movie, and here they are. So the first one I liked about the movie is it really focuses on Selena, right? It focuses on her life and, you know, when she was a kid, how she got started and all that other stuff. But then in the series, the reason why I like it is because they go into detail. So like I said before, when you see the movie, it's a summary, but the series, it's like details, almost like the fill in the blanks that we don't really see, that we have seen from the movie. So for Selena, the series, it wasn't just only about Selena. I like the fact that they were able to talk about her brother and her sister and her dad and even Yolanda. So with her sister, I didn't know she got married because in the movie it didn't show it. For the movie it just showed only Selena falling in love. It didn't show anything about Suzette falling in love either, but in the series we get to see that. And the same thing with AB. We got to see AB and how he was and how he got into a relationship and had kids. Didn't know, and he got married as well. So didn't know that. And I know that if you're like some diehard Selena fans, I'm pretty sure you guys already knew that. But for me, coming in and not really studying her life, but just only going off of the movie, seeing the series, I was able to see more of her family and that. Also in this movie, we also got to see how the whole band came together and how the singers got chosen, who was the extra, who started playing the piano with them. So we got to see everybody and their backgrounds of how they came to find the Quintanilla family, which was really, really nice. And it was also cool to see Yolanda and her perspective, because all we know in the movie is that Yolanda comes in when she opens her boutique, but in the series we got to see where she was living and the type of person she was that I didn't even know. And so I don't know if it's 100% true. The only people who know is the people who personally know her. It seems like off of the series, she had a serious obsession with Selena, and it's like, dang, like I could see why she going is crazy. I didn't even know that. But like I said, you didn't see that much in the movie. You see her coming in and you see her doing some things, but with the series we really got to see the type of person she was. So I really kind of like that with the series. Another thing that we also got to see is also, of course, how Chris came about. And when it came to the movie, it seemed like he was like a cool person, but this crazy person in a way, a little bit, but not really. But in the series, he's very, very like a calm, relaxed guy, chill guy, which is really cute. And I love the fact that they had a little love song that he liked and she liked, and I didn't know that, and that was so cute how they love that song. And so that was cute, but once again, you learn that in the series that you didn't really see that much in the movie. And it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that, once again, this series go a little bit more detail. The second thing that I definitely learned that I really like is about how they got started. And so yes, and really how Abraham helped his kids understand music. That was really, really cool, because you could really tell that Abraham really had a love for music, and it wasn't just them learning Susie. And it was so funny for Suzette, she really didn't want to be a female drummer, because it's like, yo, there is no female drummers out there. I don't like that. But I like how it was a moment that she hated till she started to really truly understand it. And so I really like the hustle about how their family was. So it went more into like how he taught them how to listen to music and how to understand every single sound in a song and not just a beat, which is really, really dope. And also I like the hustle, because everybody has a hustle to get started, and you really see them hustling, and not just only for their concerts and stuff, but also their living as well, because in the movie we just know that they lost their house and they go live with Uncle Hector. But this one, it really shows a little bit more detail into like the feeling, how the kids were feeling, like where they're going to be, the area of the house, like everything. Like it goes a little bit deep, which I really like. So that was a really cool thing. But one thing I definitely say is, like, in the movie, you see Abraham, he's always on the phone trying to get gigs for the, you know, his kids. But in the series, it wasn't just only Abraham, it was AB too, his son. And to see them going in, talking to directors, talking to producers, talking to the record dealer, saying, hey, this is why you should sign us, give us a hit, this is why you should choose us to be signed on your label. Like, they were some true hustlers, and I love that, to see that in this movie, because it's like, wow, you see a little bit more. But in the movie they showed just only Abraham, just on the phone. So I like how they got to display AB, and AB played a big role that I didn't even know. Like, you see him like working hard on the bus and creating songs, but you really didn't see him detailed in this movie. I'm just going to go into my third one, because AB is, in my opinion, he's like one of many of really showing how producers really produce, and how a person is really, how they really are when to get into the studio and creating music. And he had a lot of pressure on him, and it's crazy to really see that, because one thing that I definitely know, that I definitely learned from AB, is how the pressure of making a #1 hit song, but also the struggle of him and seeing how he was able to create sounds and create beats to create these songs. And also not just that, but every song that was written was influenced by something. And we got to see that, versus in the movie we didn't really see that much. We just saw him in the bus, or he's writing songs and they're trying to come up with a sound. But him, it's like you really get to see him even deeper in how he really truly started writing these songs, and not just the songs but the beats as well, because in order to have a song you gotta have a beat, you know? And in here we got to really see how of a challenge it is for a producer to produce music. And so I even have respect with even like Straight Outta Compton, how how Dre, how he was trying to find sounds too when he was in the studio, Snoop Dogg's home, and he was trying to find the sound for his song, and he was struggling. And it just really shows like just how much hard work it really takes. And I really appreciate movies where, and even stories where people really share their beginning stages of how they really get started, because to be really transparent, we get so caught up in the after effect, the end result. We are so, us people in the world, we're so, and even me, I'm so fascinated by the end result that none of us want to really acknowledge and care too much about the process to get there. We always see these artists and these producers and these directors and these people out here, and all we see is success. We see them with money, we see them with nice houses and nice cars and living this high lifestyle. It's like, oh my gosh, I want that. But no one really, and it takes, and they talk about it, but we don't really fully understand it, which is there's a process to get to that, and that's just the end. But it's not only just about the end, because once you get to that end result and you have this stuff, you got to keep up with that, #1. But #2, it's the beginning results. It's where how you get started. That's where it all matters. And sometimes for me, even myself, everything's a process, but even the process, there's patience. And no one, even me, don't like patience. I don't like patience. I don't like being patient in my career and my success. I want to be up and doing the things I love, having a successful career. Like, nobody really cares about the process, because all we care about the end result, but really it's the process that matters. And that's the thing we have to truly understand. For the whole Quintanilla family, it took them a minute to get to where they are, and sometimes they got there and they didn't realize, like, oh snap, like we're here, because they were so caught up in doing the process and taking every day at a time to get there. And when you get there, it's like boom, like, oh my gosh, everything that I ever worked for is like here. And I know it's for Selena in the series, like you definitely see that. And the same thing with the movie, both of them. It's like, wow, like we are really here. Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, and it's so cute how they like stop and just remember the beginning of where they got started and the good. And I love it how they say the when they were on the bus of Big Bertha, how they, and it's really interesting when they're, you know, in the series, it shows them actually in the bus and how it was looking before they got new ones. But it was very interesting how they were saying that those were the good times, when they were in a cold bus, freezing, going on tour, because most of their life they were on tour. So it was cool to see and understand that that was, to them, that was the good old times, because you know, that's how they got started. But like I said, as we live life, we don't really care about the process because we're so caught up in the end. And I just really love how this series really showed that, and it just filled in the blanks of what the movie didn't really cover for the story of Selena. But it was really cool. And then also with Selena, she had a little bit more pressure and was treated a little bit different than the rest of her siblings, because she was like the star, such as far as like relationships. And that was very interesting between Chris and Selena, and how they end up getting married, and how they end up, you know, had to deal with the fact that the father did not like Chris, period. He's like, he's not part of our family, you know, like he's here to play, that's it. Don't be looking at my daughter, like, period, because that's not what we're about. And you know, it's crazy how Selena had to ask permission for a lot of stuff, because she didn't have as much freedom like Suzanne Levy did, because she was the baby girl, aka like the superstar that he knew that she was. But it's really interesting, and to be honest, I like the series, so hopefully this will encourage y'all. If you have not, go watch it. Definitely go watch it. I try not to get too much into details with everything, because I just want you guys to experience it yourself just as much as I did. And I just thought it was a really good series. And I also want to thank the choreographers, because you know, I had to have some type of dance or choreography in here. And the choreographer for this movie, for this series, the director of choreography was Rodrigo Basurto, and his assistants was Melissa Mitro and Emily Alabi. And then for the movie Selena, it was Miranda Garrison and Francisco Vaquez. He was the assistant. So great job to both choreographers for the series and the movies. You guys did a great job of really capturing the moods of Selena, and also like the singers who had to do choreography too with her. Like, I thought it was just really cool to see that. At first I was like, why? But now that I really watch it and I understand it, and there were so many great lessons in there, but I just named just a few. But I hope you guys learned for what I've learned, and I just wanted to help y'all out. So without further ado, definitely go watch it. It's out on Netflix for the series, and if you've seen the movie, you should already know how that is. Just go get it. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and tell me what you liked about this series. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, you know, go. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go and watch it. Subscribe to this channel if you have not yet, and become part of the fam, and also hit that bell so you can instantly notify when I upload a new video, which is every single Thursday. Check out my other videos and reviews that I have done as well on dance reviews, my top 5, top 10s, and my makeup eyeshadow tutorials. Definitely go watch that if you have not yet. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. And do not forget not just to make good choices, but wise choices.